Hello friends, welcome back to Mechanical Erection. Today we will see an animated video on how air compressor work and we will learn the basic of an air compressor. So first we see what we need to know about an air compressor. Key points to know the basics of an air compressor are: what is an air compressor? Working principle of an air compressor or how air compressor works. Classification or types of air compressor. Main components of air compressor. How do you choose the right air compressor? Regular maintenance of air compressor. So these are the key points to know the basics of an air compressor. If you know these points, I'm sure you will explain yourself to anyone what is an air compressor, what is the principle, classification or types, main components, how you choose the right compressor. So now we'll see what is a compressor. An air compressor is a device that converts power into potential energy stored in pressurized air. The air compressor may use electric motor, diesel, or any gasoline engine. By one of the several methods, an compressor forces more and more air into a storage tank. So the main purpose of an air compressor is to compress air and increases the pressure and deliver to any place where you want to need an compressed air. So now we see how air compressor works. We will see an animated video. Dear viewers, now you are viewing double acting compressor cylinder. In this type of cylinder, it works for air suction and air compression. Two works done at a time. Please look carefully. Air suction, compression. For close view, see again, suction, now compression. Now suction, now compression. So I think you understand this the principle of double acting compressor cylinder. Yeah, mainly air compressor works in two ways. Inlet of air compressor sucks air in for the piston to compress the air. Then compressed air is then released through the discharge valve. In a certain air compressor model, the pressure is produced with rotating impellers. Now, the types of air compressor. Air compressor may be classified into different types. According to the pressure delivered, the air compressors are in three types. First, low pressure air compressor. Second, medium pressure compressor. And third, high pressure air compressor. Low pressure air compressor may discharge pressure up to 150 psi. Medium pressure compressor can deliver 150 to 1000 psi, and a high pressure compressor always discharge pressure above 1000 psi. But if we classified air compressor according to the design principle and its operation, then air compressor can be divided into two types. First, rotary screw compressor, and second one is turbo compressor. The compressor may classified into the air compression ratio. Then the air compressor can be divided into two types: positive displacement air compressor, rotodynamic air compressor. But positive displacement air compressor may classified into three types: first, piston type; second, rotary screw type compressor; and third, vane type compressor. This is the classification of compressor according to the pressure delivered, according to the design principle and operation, and according to the air compressor. Now we will learn main components of an air compressor. There are mainly three parts of an air compressor. These parts are electric motor, pump, and receiver tank. The receivers may be vertical or horizontal, varying in size and capacity. Now, electric motor. The main purpose of electric motor is to power the compressor pump. The motor drives a pulley and two belts. The motor drives a pulley and two belts inside here, which transfer power from the motor to the pump pistons via a flywheel and a crankshaft. The flywheel fan helps to cool the compressor pump. The purpose of pump is to compress the air and discharge it into the receiver. Two-stage air compressor have a minimum of two pump cylinders. By compressing the air twice, first in a larger low pressure cylinder, then in a smaller high pressure cylinder. Two-stage compressor can produce low pressure and medium pressure. Last main parts of the compressor is a receiver. Mainly it's a tank. The receiver stores the compressed air. A check valve at the receiver inlet prevents the compressed air into the receiver from flowing back into the compressor pump. The valve must be in operating, otherwise it flows back the compressed air into the pump. Now we will know how to choose a right compressor. To choose a right compressor, we have to follow five important things. At first, we need to find out the horsepower or of an air compressor. We will found it on a template with the air compressor. Then we need to figure out CFM. The full meaning of CFM is cubic feet per minute. Then you must be consider the space and portability. Otherwise, you cannot move the compressor here and there. And you have to consider your power sources. And finally, if you want to use a piston type compressor, determine how large your tank should be. These are the key points to select an air compressor, to select an right air compressor. Now you can easily consider your right air compressor and choose your right air compressor. Now you have to know the regular maintenance of an air compressor. To ensure all compressor types run efficiently, don't forget to perform the routinely maintenance, such as monitoring and replacing air compressor fittings. It is suggested that air compressor may need daily inspections, such as check for oil valve and leaks, check the differential pressure of the air filter, verify safe operating temperature to avoid overheating the unit, determine whether or not the oil in compressor should be changed. These are the regular checklist. You should be follow. You should be check this regularly. Now you know now you know what is an air compressor, how air compressor work, types of air compressor, main components of air compressor, how to choose a right air compressor, how to maintenance an air compressor. In my next video, I will show you the detail video how it should be maintenance. Thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, please share on social media. If you want to regular updates of new video, please subscribe. If you have any question, please don't hesitate to leave a comment. Thanks again.